Chapter 3: The Life of Amy. The café was warm, a cozy retreat from the corporate world of Ravenbank. Mercer chose a quiet corner table, hoping to keep their conversation private. Across from him, Sarah clasped her hands tightly around her mug, her expression grave. She glanced around cautiously, ensuring no one was listening in. Once she felt assured, she leaned in and began. Amy was working on some shady stuff with high-profile clients. I don't have access to those files, but I know she was involved in something that made her uncomfortable. Mercer leaned forward, his interest piqued. What do you mean by shady? Was she in over her head? Not exactly, Sarah replied, her voice barely above a whisper. She was smart, really sharp, but she'd mentioned some of the clients, not the type you'd want to associate with. I think she started noticing things that didn't sit right with her. She wanted to do the right thing but wasn't sure how to go about it. Mercer nodded, the weight of her words sinking in. And what about her personal life? You mentioned she was seeing someone. Sarah's expression softened slightly. Yeah, his name's Lucas. They met at the gym. Amy loved working out, it helped her clear her head. But the last few weeks, she was distracted, distant even. Like something was weighing on her. Did she ever mention Lucas as a concern? Anything that made you think he was a problem? Mercer asked. No, not really. She seemed happy with him, but something was off these last couple of weeks, Sarah admitted, biting her lip. I just wish I could have done more for her. Mercer offered a reassuring nod. You've helped more than you know. This gives me leads to work with. Thank you. Later that afternoon, back at the precinct, Mercer steeled himself for his next task, visiting the coroner to dig deeper into the circumstances surrounding Amy's death. He gathered his notes and headed to the examination room. The coroner, a sharp-eyed woman with a clinical demeanor, looked up as Mercer entered. Inspector, what can I do for you today? I need to understand the details of Amy Rosen's death, Mercer said. Anything from the autopsy that stands out? Flipping through her files, the coroner spoke with measured precision. Gunshot wound, directly to the heart. Death was almost instantaneous. Whoever fired that shot knew exactly where to aim. Mercer frowned. Was there a struggle? A brief one, she confirmed. It looks like the attacker went for her handbag, but it wasn't much of a fight. She didn't know the attacker, that's clear. This was a robbery, not an altercation between people who knew each other. Mercer nodded, his mind racing. Thanks for the clarification. Let me know if anything else comes up. With that, he made his way to the monitoring room to review the surveillance footage from nearby buildings. As the footage flickered across the screen, Mercer's eyes narrowed in focus. He scrutinized every frame, searching for a shadow, a fleeting figure, anything that might provide a clue. He still needed to follow up on Lucas. Something about the timing of his relationship with Amy, coupled with the unease Sarah had described, didn't sit right with him. And then there was Ravenbank. The investigation into the bank might hold answers he hadn't yet uncovered. Mercer picked up his phone and dialed Evelyn. Do you know anything more about why Ravenbank is under investigation? As the footage continued to play in the background, Mercer felt the weight of unanswered questions pressing down on him. Each new detail only deepened the mystery surrounding Amy's life and her untimely death.